Welcome back to another episode of Ask Lou Anything. Like always, if you missed the last question, let's take some time to take a look at it. It was from my good friend D. Let's see what his question was.
My man Lou, I had a question for you. When you're dating, is age really just a number, or is it more than that?
That question was a good question. I enjoyed answering it. Got a lot of good feedback from it. So thank you, D, for asking me that question. Dope question. I love all the questions that come in, but you guys know the drill. Let's dive into the next question. It comes from one of a close friend, pretty much like a family member, my homie Marcus, out of SoCal, LA area. So let's get to his question. Let's see what Marcus has to ask.
What's going on, Aaron? It's your boy Marcus. I have a question for you. I want to kind of pick your brain, pick your mind a little bit. So prior to getting in a committed relationship, what kind of questions do you feel should be asked? What kind of dialect do you think one should have with somebody prior to getting into a committed relationship or even prior to getting married? I do value your opinion. You have a wealth of knowledge, and this has kind of been on my mind, as a single man. So whatever light you can shed to me and to your followers, I'm sure it'd be a great advice. And I'm sure that we can use that moving forward in our lives.
I like this question. I do. This is a question I get asked a lot, whether it's in real life or over my podcast or people who just call me on a day-to-day basis. And, I ask myself this question too. I feel like it's important. You should have a relationship with yourself and have discussions like that with yourself. To me, the question being when it comes to dating and trying to figure out what are the right questions and fielding people and getting the right feel for people to see if they're the right fit for you, what's the right dialect, to make sure, nobody's wasting their time or wasting their energy. I feel like you should approach dating as just living. I think we're programmed, right, to date a certain way, to feel somebody a certain way, dinner and a movie, or ask these questions, or, ask these type of questions, financial type of questions, dig deep into, like stalk their profiles, whatever, like all the research. I feel like if you approached somebody that you could potentially date and remove the idea or the pressures that you could potentially date them and just treat them like a person just like you. Like when you meet somebody who becomes your friend, do you say, hey, I hope one day this person becomes my friend? No, you kind of just say, you know what, they're a person that's living their life just like I am. Let's just do it that way. Bring somebody into your space because you really get to know them without any pressure, without any expectations. See, when you try to date somebody, you have all these expectations and assumptions in your head who you want them to be, who you expect them to be. And I say, if you literally bring somebody into your space, you feel it right away. You feel the energy, you really do. So then you literally just start naturally asking questions as if they were your friend. I told this to one of my other close friends before. I approach dating like friendships now. Like relationships are pretty much important to me. So why treat somebody I would date any differently than somebody I would want in my life as a friend? Like when you date somebody, they should be your friend. You shouldn't look at somebody just as your significant other. It's just somebody you should be able to trust and communicate. Same thing you look for in a friend. So now these conversations become easier. Now there's less pressure. Now there's less like, oh, well, we should do this or no. It's just like it's natural. You guys are feeding off each other, filling off each other, and you've heard the phrase "go with the flow." I just say go with what you feel. Like that with a little bit more. Because if you just go with the flow, you guys are both going to be looking at each other like, oh, well, you're going to make a move, you're going to make a move. I just say feel the vibe out, and then the conversation becomes easier. So then those questions aren't really questions anymore. You guys are just having discussions between two people. There's no pressure on asking certain things because now you guys are discovering each other as you all grow. You may just become friends. You may become people who actually date, but it's not a predetermined idea in your head. It's not an expectation in your head. There's no pressure. You guys are just gonna enjoy each other's company, and everything will flow naturally. And you actually get to know the person on a deeper level. Because when you're getting to know somebody to date them, that's not deep. You're looking for surface answers, right? You're looking for something that you could see, not something you could feel, not something you can know, not something you can invest. So I feel like society has this outline of how we should date, the checklist. Throw the checklist out. You know, you're living your life, they're living theirs. And if you continue to go that way, you're going to continue to have failed relationships. You know, dating shouldn't be a checklist. Dating should be a connection between two people that grows over time. And I think that's the biggest thing. Sometimes you find out it wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. But I feel like if you go about this way that we're discussing right now, it becomes more natural, and you'll see that it won't be a waste of energy or a waste of time because you're allowing things just to happen naturally. And it's just a better build for yourself and the other person because you're learning from the other person rather than putting your expectations or pressures on another person. And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to living is allowing somebody to be themselves, their true self, and not an idea made up by somebody else. So thank you, Marcus, for that question. I was looking forward to answering it all week, but I don't like writing down my answers because sometimes it feels like it sounds like a script. So I'll go off the top of my head. So hopefully that answer really helped, but I just want that to be kind of the takeaway. You know, get rid of the outline, get rid of the predetermined ideas, and stop saying, you know, that you're looking to date. If you just treat somebody as if, you know, they're somebody who's living just like you as a friend and just trying to connect with them and go with what you feel and feed off of each other, it's more natural. And you know, there's no longer questions you have to ask. Now there are discussions you're all having together on a deeper level. You know, because now you guys are sharing energy, and now you're finding out, you know, each other's hobbies, likes, dislikes. Just over time, it's like a friend of yours. Just like how I have close friends in my life. I treat that like that's what I enjoy. I don't say, hey, this person can be my friend. I just like getting to know people. You know, they're put in our life for a reason, and then we discover that reason. We don't have to pressure it. We allow it. So thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. I look forward to the next question. It's actually from my good friend Riff, and I'm looking forward to his question. He's a great friend, a great person. He's always hilarious. Thank you all. Another episode of Ask Lou Anything. Have a great day.